Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is David Carpio, and I am 43 years old. I am starting this channel because I want to share my experience up until this point in my life. 40s is an unusual time period, in my opinion. It's this weird transitionary phase where people that are younger than you are telling you you're old, and older people than you are telling you like you're just a baby, you're so young. But really by 40, in like for example for me, I've reached a point in my career where I'm well established. I've been doing it for quite some time. So I'm a special ed teacher, and I work with students ages 18 to 22, and we work on work skills. I try to give them life skills, whether it's being more independent, budgeting, money management, doing chores, just managing their time in an adult kind of transitionary period. And then I help them and their families try to get services that are available to them, and try to transition them out of school system and like out into life after that. And so it's a really fun job, and I really enjoy it. And it's taking me a long time to get to where I'm at. But through my experiences, I've realized that when I go online and I try to find people that I can relate to, it's either I feel like they're this like supremely successful person that, while their wisdom and their experiences and their information is like vastly helpful, at the same time it's presented in such a way that it doesn't feel relatable. It doesn't feel like realistic on some level. And I feel like maybe I can relate to someone out there in an ordinary way. So when I navigate through life and I'm presented with choices, I feel like there's always this push and pull, and there's never this like one size fits all response. And while there are definitely certain truths in life, like if you work hard, you'll succeed, and if you just, you know, take life by the steering wheel and you're going to be in control, it's like that sounds great and everything, but I just don't feel like it's necessarily practical. And in my experience, you deal with insecurity, you deal with anxiety, you deal with some form of depression. There's all these different emotions, and they're not always working in isolation. Sometimes they're working together. And up until this point, I feel like the other feeling that I get when I listen to these folks is this idea that like you're on your own and you just gotta like put your head down and just do it. And I feel like I didn't get here on my own. I have a wife. We've been married for 12 years, and we're going on 13 years. And I have two kids. I have a 5-year old and a 7-year old, and it's amazing to be a father, and I have such an amazing time. But like, even to where I'm at now in my life, I'm not here on my own accord. You have a network, you have your friends, you have your family, you have your coworkers, you have um, maybe a nutritionist, maybe you have a financial planner, maybe you have a gym trainer. Like the things that you can achieve on your own, while they're great, and only you will have to be accountable and make those decisions. But at the end of the day, you do need other people to share your ideas, to relate to argue with, and hear different perspectives. And this life we live in, this world we live in, is very dynamic. And in my opinion, there's just no one size fits all response. And I guess when I really want to go to something to find a nugget of knowledge or just someone to relate to. I just don't find it. And maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. And I'm not here to say that I'm going to be the solution. I'm just saying that I want to take a risk and try something new. And while I feel satisfied and happy with my career and where I'm at, there's a part of me that wants to be creative and like just put myself out there, and not to be famous or monetize or get all this free stuff. And I just really want to, if I can help someone out there and share my life and things I've gone through, and maybe that can either relate to someone or I can share a perspective that maybe they didn't have before, or maybe you never thought of things that way, and I can have somewhat of a positive impact. I would feel more, even more fulfilled. And I'm not here to say that I'm unhappy in this. I'm quite happy. I love my kids. I love my wife. I love my job. But I think that's another thing that I'm learning as I get older, is that it's okay to try new things. And in each decade of your life, I feel like it's another platform for you to kind of like catapult off of or build off of. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at, is I'd like to push myself to kind of have a little bit more intention and like, okay, I'm going through this. How can I like myself process it? And the way I process things is kind of like, I find myself thinking aloud. I find myself talking to myself. And I always joke with like friends, like if someone were to like catch me in my daily life, they'd probably think I'm crazy because I constantly like talking out loud. And I don't know if that's a normal thing, but even this right now, it does feel weird to talk in front of my camera, which I have like my phone right now I'm recording on. But there's something therapeutic in like just getting these ideas out. And so that's kind of like my goal, is to try to make one video a week. Try to, whether it's like something that I purchased or a product that I want to like explain or express why I like it or it makes my life easier or what have you, even if it's just like a pair of cool shoes or something that I think are cool, or something that I'm working on or something that I'm going through. I think that's like my main purpose of what I want to accomplish with this channel. And just to go over more of who I am. So I am a father. I'm a husband. Like I went over my career. I also love music. I love to play music. I've been in several bands. I currently have a few friends that we have started a band and are practicing once a week. I'm pretty fortunate. My wife is super supportive of me getting some time. And I love to surf whenever I can. I love to roll around on a skateboard. And even though I am definitely afraid of getting hurt, it kind of tampers my skateboarding time. But whenever I can get around and just push around, it makes me feel good. And then I also like to take photography. I like not take photography. I like to take photos and images, and I like trying to be artistic with how I capture moments in time and different angles. And I have a couple cameras that I like to shoot on. And that's another reason why I kind of want to start a channel, is just to like, I have some gear and like it's fun messing with lights and trying to shoot some video and tap into that world. And what better person than just myself? I don't want to. I don't want to use my kids because I don't want to put them out there. Um, that's a whole separate episode, maybe. But yeah, and then the rest of the things I want to discuss are just overall like health and wellness. That's something that I have been making an attempt to stay consistent, go to the gym, and get that social time. A friend of mine, we go Monday through Friday most weeks and exercise and try to be on top of being healthy. And I think that's another thing about being 40 is that like your body metabolism slows down. You start feeling your body more from all the damage you've done from 20s and 30s and your teens and all that. But yeah, trying to make a conscious effort to exercise more and move your body, and for physical reasons, for the way you want to feel in your clothes, to the way you want to feel in your body movements, to longevity, for strength, and for like your overall emotional um, and mental health. You know, it's super helpful. Like so many times I'm stressed or not feeling great, and like going to the gym, and it's not even just about like weights and running or whatever. It's like a lot of times it's just getting that social time with a buddy or people that you run into and you become friends over just seeing each other so often. um and then finances, and like there is no magic pill. There's just basic things, basic rules of thumb, where kind of like all the things I've talked about so far is like you need a plan. You need to be, you need to have intention. You need to have a purpose. You need to have metrics. And so like if it's finances, you need to really sit down and buckle down and like, what am I spending on? What am I trying to save up for? What are my priorities? What are my goals? What are the challenges? And like having metrics and realizing that finances isn't just about numbers. It's about emotions. And maybe you're making that purchase because it's like a void and you think that it's gonna fill you up or make you feel better, but it doesn't. Or maybe you're searching for something that doesn't exist, or well, I'll just start working out if I buy a pair of shoes, or I'll be able to complete this 5 mile run when I get the right running clothes. It's like that's just not how it works. Um, and realizing overall that you're not here on your own. And I think I talked about this already, but working on yourself and improving yourself, whether it's health, wealth, um, hobbies, work, career, it takes a team. It takes your significant other. It takes doing research and reading on your own. It takes having a financial planner. It takes having a maybe like a friend to work out with, or a trainer. It takes a pastor. It takes friends. It takes even enemies, where you need to have someone telling you contrary, to challenge you, to like force you to think outside of yourself and have a different perspective. And I think that's overall kind of what I want to discuss on this channel and my purpose. And I know I'm starting out and there's probably going to be no one watching this, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm I'm doing it for my own need to be creative and want to do it. But there is a part of me that hopes, you know, if I can just help one person, if I could help out 5 people, that would be amazing. But if I'm being honest, which I want to really do, I am doing this to like get things out of me, and a form of being creative, a form of getting things out of my system. And I have no intention of being famous. I have no intention of monetizing or any of that stuff. I just hope that in doing what I'm doing, I can relate to someone. I can motivate someone. I can um, just be a voice of reason or be a voice of relatability. And that's kind of my whole purpose. And I look forward to making more videos every week, and I hope that you can tune in. Thanks again. Have a good one.